pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We could remain standing as we always do and remember our men and women in the armed forces. And two local residents, Ricky Dunlap and Maria Pachetta. Thank you. Before I start, this is Brian Howard's last meeting, which I wish it wasn't, but it is. And I want to thank him for his 8 years of being involved. And the key word is involved. He was a trustee that was involved. You saw him on Main Street morning, noon, and a little bit in early evening. Talking to residents, probably more than anyone. The work that he did in his time with being the police commissioner has to be noted. His time at being the commissioner at the highway department needs to be noted. His interaction with the men and women that worked for the village, wherever department they worked, needs to be noticed, and it was all noticed. Working on DBA and Teamster contracts, more than needs to be noted. That's not an easy, those are not easy positions to be in. So Brian, I thank you for your service. It needs to be said and applauded, so thank you. You're welcome. Is there any comments on agenda items?
Charlie Murphy. Well, you've already done an excellent job of discussing Brian's service, but I did want to thank you personally because I served with him for a good part of those 8 years. And I don't know anyone who is more dedicated to this village and spent so many extra hours. And I also want to take credit for getting him to run in the first place, although he's probably not forgiving me for it. So
Actually, it was twice you prompted me to run.
But the first time I was going on vacation, and he was waffling. I tried to get him to run, and I finally said, Brian, if you run, I'll run with you. And I came back from vacation, rested, happy, and he said, guess who's running? Trustee.
You and me.
There we were. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie. Okay, we also, next on the agenda is bills and claims. For fiscal year 2023 of $477,713.35. I can tell you that 366 of the 477 is on your part. May I have a motion to pay bills and claims?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes. Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I guess I'll do these separate. Minutes. We had a special meeting. It was a budget meeting, March the 4th, 2023. May I have a motion to accept?
Make a motion to accept.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we had a special meeting on the 8th of March, 2023. Again, budget meeting. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second. Oh,
We have Melanie. All in favor?
yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we had another budget workshop on the 9th of March, 2023. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Almost done. Two more. Special meeting, budget, March 13th, 2023. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. And last was a regular meeting, I guess it would be 2 weeks ago, a regular monthly meeting, March the 6th, 2023. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay. Memo from the village clerk on the tentative budget. Were they put in the mailboxes? Gina?
Yes.
Okay. Pursuant to village law, the village clerk must present the tentative budget to the Board of Trustees at a regular or special meeting by March 31. So she did present it to all of us in our boxes downstairs. Next, we need to set a public hearing to be held on the 3rd of April, 2023 at Village Hall at 6:30 PM, followed by the annual reorganization at 6:45 or as soon thereafter, followed by a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees at 7 PM or as soon thereafter. May I have a motion to have those meetings all on the same night, spread apart, of course? May I have a motion?
Make a motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Can I just explain that to the public? So the tentative budget as it stands will get adopted unless the public has any opposition to what's on the budget. Right? We've already had 4 budget workshops, just us. Very few people from the public actually showed up at that budget meeting. I understand everybody's busy, living their honest lives, but this is the one, these other meetings that we have that's coming up. If you have any opposition to what we're spending the money on, you should really show up.
The only thing I'll add to the trustees' comments are, it is also a time, we were presented the tentative budget tonight. We can't make any changes to the public hearing, but it also will give us another opportunity. We've already made some deletions and a couple additions. We've already done that, and we'll have we up here will have another opportunity. Okay. Memo from the village clerk. The clerk is respectfully recommending that the village board complete the probation of account clerk Lene Mazares effective immediately. Lene continues to perform the duties of account clerk satisfactory and shows an eagerness to learn and a willingness to be a team player. Lene is an asset to the village hall staff. May I have a motion to complete Lene's probation?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is a continued memo from the village clerk, respectfully recommends that the account clerk, Luciana Brown, be appointed to administrative liaison to the fire department for the LoSAP program, effective immediately, and that the fiscal year stipend of $1,000 for the year for additional duties be added to her salary. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, this is a letter that I wish I wasn't reading, although I'm happy for the person who wrote it. But it's a loss. It's a true loss to the village. That's an understatement. To the mayor and the board of trustees, this letter is to inform you that I am retiring as village clerk, effective March 30th, 2023. I would like to thank Mayor D'Onofrio and the former village clerk, June Gunza, for giving me an opportunity 26 years ago to begin a career of public service for the mayor, the village board, and the residents of the village of Highland Falls. I would like to thank my current staff and those who have retired before me for their loyalty, their support during this journey that assured there was never a dull moment, and in which I can truthfully say I learned something every single day. I am proud to say that I spent my entire life in the village, as I intend to spend many more years as a resident who will continue to work towards the betterment of this community. Respectfully, Regina Taylor. We need to accept it. We need to.
Yeah, I don't think we have to, but.
We need to accept it. If there's ever been with regret, it fits this one.
Well, definitely will regret. I'll have to make a motion to accept it.
Thank you. May I have a second, please?
I'll second it, echoing the regret and thank you for your years of service.
May I have a second? All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? Motion carries. Along with the letter,
Thank you.
a letter here from the New York State Local Retirement. This letter is to notify that Regina Taylor has applied for retirement with New York State. The effective date of retirement will be March the 30th, 2023. The last day Regina Taylor may appear on the payroll is the day before this retirement date. That's information only. Okay.
It's just that.
There's no paperwork?
Nope.
Okay. I'm looking for the paper. Okay, we have an appointment we should make tonight. Village clerk. To fill the shoes of Regina. And I would like to appoint Lene Mazares at a salary of $55,000 effective 30th of March, 2023. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have an appointment. Lene, you have done, I've been watching, because I have to. You've done great. You fit right in downstairs. You just really did fit right in. I see it every day.
Thanks.
And today we had an employee with a medical scare. It doesn't matter, well, it matters who, but it doesn't need to be mentioned tonight. But there was Lene. It was very early this morning, very early. And everyone chipped in and the ambulance came and the person will be back to work soon. But it was scary. It's not something we deal with every day downstairs. Okay. I have an application here for part-time account clerk. So this is actually to fill Lene's job now at $20, maximum probation, recommendation by the village clerk. Tabitha Songer. I met the lady, very, very nice lady. There were other people that were interviewed, but this is the recommendation from the village clerk's office, which I concur with. If we could have a motion to bring this lady on board, part-time, with probation.
So moved.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. I would like to have a motion to approve Munis Malik as a member of the Comprehensive Plan Special Board, which will be meeting for the first time tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night, excuse me, Wednesday. Zoom. That's, if I could have a motion.
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
I had a question.
Sure.
Was there a reason to add?
Yeah, I remember last meeting you had asked me to put Ed Dunn on, and I said yes. But it made it an even number, and I actually brought up how it really should be an odd number for decisions that have to be made. So if,
Recommendation.
it's a recommendation, yeah. So I had a motion, I had a second. All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Munis, we just appointed you to the, when you come late, you get appointed to something. You just got appointed to the comprehensive board. Okay. I have here next, Holland Falls Fire Department, we have 2 members. Jason, this is the wrong name here, that's okay. Jason Stropel, pending,
Sorry, Joe, it
It's
is
his wife.
his wife, Jennifer.
I'm sorry?
We did Jason.
It's his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Jason here.
Yeah. No, it's just the.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we have a recommendation from the fire chief for a member of the Holland Falls Fire Department, Jennifer Stropel, pending a physical, per the recommendation of the fire chief, Eric Smith. May we approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. And the second person, to Holland Falls Fire Department, being recommended by the fire chief is Samuel Elmsley. Again, pending physical, per the recommendation of the fire chief. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, next we have the proposal from Hazen and Sawyer to do an investigation at the water plant for the filters. You have the scope of work, it's quite a bit, as it should be. It's $15,500. And you have it before you as far as their scope of work, which is the filter surveillance, filter media evaluation, backwash evaluation, and the findings. And then they'll come back to us as what we need to do. May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to explain to the public, Gary, the water filters and the plant, 4 of them, right? There's
Three.
4,
There's 3 of them.
But it'll cost about $400,000 to replace all of them?
We don't.
No, we don't know yet the price of it yet. They're looking into it, as last time the engineer Todd told us. They're gonna be looking into it, and they don't know how much depth has to be done until they physically get in there and look at it. So, those filters have been there since, Joe, since how long?
I'll be correct, I can be corrected, but I think 54.
Yeah, 54, so they've been in for quite a while.
Right.
But these are things that have to get done to meet requirements. Not that we're failing requirements now. It's just something we have to meet requirements, and we have to start building up to kind of get into this century, I guess, so.
Right, yeah, it does sound like it's 70 years old, the filters are old, they're probably gonna end up needing replacement because they are that old. So I had asked Todd what the $15,500 is for, if we're gonna end up replacing them anyway. But he assured me that this study is part of the design for the new filters, so it's going to count for the new filter replacement anyway. It's not going to be a redundant cost to you, the taxpayers. So that's.
You mean what Hazen Sawyer's doing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's one report. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I took the vote, but,
I made a motion, Joe.
yeah, who seconded? Did you?
I second it.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Okay, public comment. You want to have public comment? Yes. Yes.
Michael Joyce, member of the village.
You have to come up, please.
Thank you. Michael Joyce, member of the village, Highland Falls. I just want to bring up one thing. Tomorrow when we vote, on the back of the ballot is going to be a yes or no answer to have supervision from the Orange County Board of Elections. It doesn't mean it's taken away from any of the hard work that the ladies do in the village for the elections in gathering the ballots and doing the work that they do, which is phenomenal. But we had a incident in not so distant the past that had to do with Mayor D'Onofrio. I'm trying to keep this delicate.
You don't have to keep it delicate, it's the night before the election.
Oh, well, hang on, hang on, but you're, I got 3 minutes.
That's right.
Thank you,
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds, go ahead.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So if a man like Mayor D'Onofrio can fall from grace, anybody could fall from grace. And all we're asking for are guardrails to be put on the village elections. Thank you,
Thank you.
and have a good night.
After the election, without the exact date, I will be letting the public know what had happened a year ago, maybe longer. It's okay, it's politics. It's politics 101.
It's not
Anyone else?
politics, it's voting.
Anyone else? A board comment? No? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I didn't see you guys.
How you doing? Frank Lewis, Vice President, Highland Falls PBA. Just wanted to thank a couple people for their service. One, of course, Gina Taylor. I was working there for a long time, and I tell you, if I had a company, I would hire her in a second. She's done a fantastic job.
I'm sure
She really
she's got
has.
some offers.
Yes, and Lene, taking her place, a very good girl, I know her too, so. And lastly, I would just like to thank Brian Alward. I noticed this is his last meeting. He's not running for re-election. I wanted to thank him for his services as a police commissioner and being on the board. He brought stability to the board, kindness, and common sense, and we surely are going to miss you. I know you're turning 60, so you want to have a little time to enjoy your retirement years and spend it with your wonderful wife. So thank you very much for your service. Thank you, Gina.
Go ahead, Mel.
Yes, okay. So back to the budget, it's a lot of work trying to get the budget to work. And what we have to run the village, we're gonna need over $8 million for 2023, 2024. That gives us a shortfall of over $1 million, okay? On the budget workshops that we've done, we've been able to take off over $200,000 on that. Was it over 200 or
Yes.
over 500?
250.
250. So, but not quite enough, okay? That means that we have to appropriate from somewhere over $1 million, right? It's a shortfall to run your water, your sewer, your streets, public safety. And the only way to do that is to either go up in your taxes, to borrow money, to cut spending, or to deplete what we have in our emergency fund and our reserves. If we deplete that, and that is going to deplete our emergency fund and reserves, what's going to happen the year after? All of your taxes will go up exponentially. Your water bills will go up exponentially. Your sewer bills will go up exponentially. But there is a solution. We really have to look at this budget line by line and see what we can cut. to spend so that you don't have to carry the burden. We've been kicking the can down the road for a very, very long time. We have a lot of infrastructure that is really crumbling. And those things should have been planned many, many years ago. Because right now, they're all crumbling at the same time. And at the time this is crumbling, the interest rates are going up. Inflation is going up. This is a terrible time for us to have been doing all of these infrastructure. But that's because we didn't plan it right. When you vote for us to be on this board, you want us to take care of you and your money. And I know when I said that you're not at the budget workshops, I understand. I was that way too, right? We're busy trying to fix our own stuff. But when you elect people on this board, you trust that they're doing the right thing by you. That's why we're called trustees. And if we're not doing that, well, this is your time to actually vote for someone else. That's all. Thank you, Brian, for your service.
Brian?
Remind everybody, please go out and vote tomorrow. And then the week after that, there's going to be a school vote. I urge you to at least explore it, go to the meetings, find out the monies and things of that nature. I think it's important that we keep our school district. Yes, I was in education for a while. Am I biased? Absolutely. I couldn't admit that before, but now since it's my last night. 8 years went by fast. It was good. I enjoyed it. I had some mentors. Bob Livesey's sitting there right now. You know, we had our talks. Joe, there, these guys were up there. It was nice. It was interesting. But the second time around, my wife and I talked about it, and I'm going to get back into education, and I'm hoping to go volunteer at the middle school in the Connect program. I'm going to stay with the center, and I'm going to be a parent advocate. So I am not leaving because I'm upset or I'm disheartened. I'm leaving to go on another journey now that I'm 60. But thank you. It was a pleasure working for you.
Hello, everybody. Happy spring. First day of spring. Well, tomorrow's the first full day of spring, so. Just want to let everybody know that Bog Meadow, we're at 100%. The plant's running about 490,000 gallons per day. All water leaks that we are aware of have been repaired. I just spoke with Mayor D'Onofrio and Supervisor Lindsay, if I'm correct. The village and town is to flush the week of the 8th through the 10th, flushing hydrants. Are you tracking that, sir?
No, I'm not, but if you say so.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just told by Jack, so I mean, you know, Gary or somebody probably might not know,
Yeah.
so, yeah, and the only reason I picked on you, Bob, is because you're in the audience, so I just, you know.
I'm gonna come again.
Yeah, last time they were done is July 22nd. It will be done between 8 AM and 2 PM, so that cuts down on overtime, so just to let everybody know, I know it'll be in the papers, it'll be on channel, the news channel for us, so just to give you a heads up, and you'll see a lot more about that. There are some meters that still for people's houses. Jack and Paulo are going around knocking on doors. Please, if you're not around, they're gonna put a tag on the door, please contact them. Those meters do make a big difference in all of our taxpayer money, because if you're getting off cheap, then the other guy's paying for it, so that's just a little FYI. And like I said, it's springtime, so please just pick up in front of your houses and make the village and the town presentable for everybody. So thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Jim?
Yeah, just a few quick things. As was mentioned, we are going through the budget process. We were given the tentative budget. Just want to touch base on a few little things. I had read a letter in the newspaper, and I just want to try to clarify a couple quick little things. If we had passed the budget as requested, 'cause we get a requested budget, that's the first part. And it's sometimes referred to as a wish list from the department heads. So if we had just approved, if we had said, no, we're not going to change anything in that budget, we would still be within the tax cap for your property taxes. But we go through the process, we approved a bunch of meetings tonight, minutes for meetings, and then we got handed the tentative budget. In the requested budget, there was part of balancing the budget, because we're not debt financing for operations. Part of the appropriated, the New York State won't allow you to as a municipality. Part of the budget, the revenues come from taxation, sales tax, mortgage tax, and also comes from what we consider calling surplus. So surplus in the requested budget came in at $1,230,941, not the $1,375,784. So when we got handed the tentative budget today, or downstairs in our mail, I think everybody's got it. Right now, after we've had the meetings, we're at 772,000. So that number's come down from 1.2 to 770. So that's already a reduction in how much fund balance, surplus we're going to use. On top of that, so the public knows, as we're trying to be informative, we also have reserve accounts. We have Village Hall Repair Reserve, we have Fire Truck Reserve, we have Fire Department Truck Reserve, that's the command vehicle, the smaller truck, the 4x4 truck. We have Police Department Vehicle Reserve, we have Water Department Vehicle Reserve, we have Sewer Department Vehicle Reserve, and we have DPW Vehicle Reserve. And after we fund those accounts in this fiscal year, which is the 22-23 year, we'll have almost $765,000 in those reserves. So just so the public can hear that again, it's $764,976.70 once those accounts are funded in this fiscal year's budget. So those are reserve accounts, just so we know. We have to present the tentative budget to the public. As the mayor said, we'll do that on the 3rd for a public hearing from the folks in the community. We can't touch it. It's not our rule, it's the rule. We can't touch it till it's presented to the public. And the public can give us some input on what they, as the trustee Guerrero said, on what they might consider we need to do, what we need less to do, and stuff like that. But as it sits right now, if we approve the tentative budget, if no changes were made and the public came and said, hey, we don't want to make any changes, or we do want to make changes, but if we just took the tentative budget, we're still under the tax cap. We're still under the tax cap, just so everybody knows. The 2% tax cap. So, just some FYI. And I was also interested to see that the Village of Cornwall-on-Hudson, just last week, I think it was, floated a bond for approximately $1.5 million for new fire trucks. And as Trustee Alward said, the school, we have a budget, a capital project vote the 28th. So, municipalities do borrow money to improve their infrastructure. Believe me, we would, I don't know if I could sit up here and tax everybody more, double-digit tax increases, save the money, and then pay for it. There's 2 rules of thumb. You could just tax people a lot more than you're paying now. We could put all that money in a savings account and then pay cash for everything. Or we're going to go out and, like most municipalities do, you go out and borrow money and you pay forward. So believe me, I understand the frustration with it sometimes, but I don't know that you can hold any municipality at fault for the rate environment that we're in, the inflation environment we are in. It's unprecedented times with inflation. It's unprecedented times with rates. But keep in mind, historically, rates are pretty much on average where we should be. I don't like paying high rates. I don't think anybody in the audience likes paying high rates. But that's where we are right now. But that doesn't mean we can't move forward with doing the infrastructure improvements that we should do. So that's all I have for tonight.
Take a motion to adjourn.
So
Make a
moved.
motion.
Or second,
All in favor?
yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you so much. Be careful going down the steps.